Hello? It's jueves. It's a cooking jueves. Hi, sweet Jotun mother. Hello? Is it Jova or are we Barack? We're so Barack? Oh. Okay, well, this is fucking annoying. I don't know why he keeps doing that. My internet just keeps going. I guess we keep an eye on it and see if it does it again. I'm guessing it's just doing the timeout thing on stream. So it seems to reconnect straight away. I just get these moments where it seems my laptop loses internet connection. You guys hear me okay? Everything okay? Speak to me, speak to me. IKEA vegetable knife is a good knife. It's a very good knife. I'm gonna need an answer. Otherwise I have to walk all the way to my room. We can hear. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Hopefully it stays this way. Because I don't really know why it was doing that. It's plain silly beggars. Let's get on with things. We do a little prep. It's like I was trying to say earlier before my internet decided to do a funny one. No cannelloni tubes. I checked in Tesco. I checked in Waitrose, which is a freaking, posh one. They didn't have them there. So if they don't have them there, it seems like it's not something you can get them. Because I looked online on like Amazon for grocery shopping, and it seems that you can get them. But I've got some lasagna sheets, so I'm going to, I'm gonna just basically create some meat filling, do a bunch of lasagna sheets, just boil them for a second once this onion is actually got the crap peeled off. And basically make our own tubes. So that's pretty cool. Also made a cheesecake today. Made a Biscoff cheesecake. But it's still, I want to leave it... Oh shit, I'm throwing onion everywhere. I'd like to give it as much time in the fridge as possible, so... I'll post a picture up on Twitter or something at some point. Hi, Carrie. ASMR cooking stream. We are chopping the onion. So, like I said, we chop the onion. We don't need to prep too much. Got some onion. Gonna chop some of the garlic, like I said last week. My dad gave me some fresh garlic from his garden, homegrown garlic. So small cloves, but very potent. But basically, we're going to be making a bit of a mixture, and we're going to be boiling some lasagna sheets and rolling them up with the meat inside. This is all the theory. I hope it goes as well as I'm thinking it can go. But this is fairly new territory. I've never really actually made cannelloni before. Would have liked the pre-made ones. Okay, garlic, garlic, garlic. Where's my garlic? So yeah, not much prep to do. So we'll be onto the cooking fairly soon, but the cooking does require some simmering. We're also going to be making a white sauce. So when looking at this recipe, it seemed very much like a lasagna. Looked very much like a lasagna. You make sort of the meat ragu, and then you make a white sauce, and yeah, it kind of goes together. And you know, the irony being, because we couldn't get our hands on the thingy, we're going to be using lasagna sheets. My gosh, I hate all the crumbs and the flakes. Just get everywhere. Make a mess. Cleaned in here today. Clean. This kitchen was clean. To answer your earlier question, was that I did cave and buy Football Manager, yeah. I was browsing the stores, I'm wondering if there's any bargains. Is there anything that I've been wanting for a while? And I'd been selling stuff on my TF2 backpack, just, you know, MVM bits and pieces. And I looked at how much money I had on Steam, and it was like 25 quid. I looked at how much Football Manager, the most recent one, cost, and it was like 22. And I was like, go on then. Go on then. We will. So yeah, I've been enjoying a career with Alicante at the moment, because Marbella is not in the game, because they're in a lower division than the game goes to. But it's been going pretty well. It's a pretty stacked team actually. I've like won all of my games so far without conceding a goal. So it's already looking like promotion is on the cards. See if I can go back-to-back promotions. Already thinking about next season. But yeah, I did see the TF2 update. I was in two minds of whether to do an unboxing tomorrow. But seeing as I'm playing TF2 on Saturday, and it's the weekend, probably makes more sense for me to actually, you know, do an unboxing on Saturday and then, you know, do a little giveaway with the hat Creek gave me a while ago that I keep forgetting. And then yeah. Yeah. Then we do some song requests. We have some fun. How's everyone else's day been going anyway? Not really. I had a very busy morning, very hectic morning. But oh, garlic's escaping. No, you don't. Yeah. I spent the day kind of chilling, really. Hi, Tillin. Hi, Jeg. How you guys doing? Cosmetics are kind of meh. Oh, really? I looked at some. I liked a couple of the unusual effects. Those are the only things that stood out to me. You're making white sauce? Yes, Karen, making white sauce. You want to buy Battle Bit? Trying to buy it, but I couldn't try to run out. I should have put the new one on though. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people playing that. Seems to be popular. Just going to chop this garlic, and then we will start getting on to the cooking, I think. I will double check my recipe, but I'm pretty sure everything is done. quicker we get things sort of cooking, the better. Because stuff needs to simmer and then stuff needs to go in the oven. Okay. Gonna put the heat on there. I could have actually been putting the meat in here while I was doing this. I didn't think that through. So we've got some nice steak meat. Can't use words. Steak mince. I need to rinse this bowl because I'm going to be using it. I need to put something else. Can't remember. Oh yes, I know exactly what I'm going to be using it for. So we're just going to fry off the mince, put it to one side, and then start frying off the onions, garlic. We've got some tomato passata that we're going to mix in, add some herbs, a bit of vino, a little bit of red wine, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, make a nice base, re-add the mince, let that simmer for a while, make the white sauce, which we're going to be adding not just the regular kind of stuff that you add, a few different bits and pieces, and yeah. That's it really. And then we put it in the oven. You started DS what? Oh, nice. That's cool, dude. I'm excited for you. Been enjoying it so far? Another one's been taken by the Dark Souls. I mean, it's a fun game, Jordan. You should try it. Do need to... Sweet said I need to test the co-op mod for tomorrow. I also need to create a new character and get it designed properly because I've not done that yet. Just trying to think what else I need to do prep wise. Not a lot really. Once I've got the things simmering, then I can work on everything else. So far so good. Nice, nice. At the moment, like, I started Resident Evil 6 achievement hunting, but it's a bit of a big ask, and I wasn't sure if I was feeling it. I'm kind of waiting for 4 Remake to get its new DLC and stuff, because they added some more achievements to it, which means hopefully the Separate Ways DLC, which is the DLC that shows what Ada does during the campaign. But also maybe some other stuff, because 2 and 3 remakes added some new scenarios with different characters, so maybe there'll be a scenario for Luis or something like that. I don't know. Maybe one for Krauser. Who knows? Who knows? It'll be interesting to see. Yeah. Just browning off the mince at the moment. Should have put this in when I was doing the prep. Would have saved myself a little bit of time. It's always the way when you're trying to get everything done. Just waiting. Yeah, I can't see the message you're responding to, but I just used master config, yes. Nothing too crazy. You have DSU, but you want to finish AC first when you get time. That's fair. Honestly, like, sometimes it's like you don't want to play a game until previous one's ready. Previous one's finished. I hate having multiple games on the go at the same time. When I finish a game and I've done everything, I'm like, right, uninstall it. I like to have as like little games installed as possible. So I'll have the ones I play regularly, and then any games that I'm like currently working on achievements or enjoying at that time. But most of the time, it's like I just wanna, you know, I don't like to start new stuff until old stuff's done. You play a million games at once. Oof. I mean, at the moment, if we're not including multiplayer games, because I play like a few multiplayer games. In terms of single player games, I don't really have anything on the go at the moment. But I have Resident Evil 4 and 6 installed, because I'm doing achievements on those. Football Manager, obviously, which is brand new. I still have Crash installed, Crash 4, because I still haven't finished all the bits and pieces on that. Elden Ring, because I'm going to start playing another playthrough. But, yeah. For me, I like to focus on a game or two, Like if it's an RPG, focus on that. Rather than have like, a bunch of RPGs on the go, because then I get confused. I get confused with my small brain. Okay, the mince has been browned off. So what I'm going to do, I will move the camera over to the pan now, so you guys get a look on what's going on. Otherwise, it's just going to be staring at an empty board soon, because we're going to be putting that stuff in the pan. Got worried a bit there. I heard a sizzle. Cable. There we go. You going to behave today? Come move you guys a little bit closer, I think. That should be fine. Yeah. There we go. You can see the meat in the background, can't you? Okay, I'm going to put some olive oil in here. I'm going to heat that up. We got a little bit of the juices from the beef that we just browned off, which is over here, as you can see in the background. And pop the onions in. Hear that nice sizzle of the onions? We're going to give that a few minutes, and then we'll add the garlic. We'll let those, give those a little bit of time. Try and drain some of this. So I think this could either go very, very well or very, very wrong, because making my own cannelloni out of lasagna sheets is a little bit intimidating, seeing as I've never worked with it before, really done that before. We'll see how it goes. We'll get the tomato passata ready, and we're going to use all of this because we need some of it later. Essentially, there's going to be like two phases of this, right? We're going to be doing a whole bunch of different ingredients. While this part, once we've got all the bits and pieces together in this one, we will be doing the white sauce on the side. And then essentially all of that gets combined. And then we're going to put it into a dish, which is going to go into the oven for a while. So we kind of want to get it into the oven ASAP. Okay. Going to throw in the garlic now. If I can. Is there a better start to cooking than like olive oil, onion, and garlic? I don't think there is, to be honest. It's guaranteed to have people come into the kitchen and be like, "Ooh, that smells nice." It's like when you just got started. Okay. So what I'm going to do next after this is put the beef in with a little bit of red wine. Then I'm going to add the tomato passata and some Worcestershire sauce to give it a little bit of different taste. And then, yeah. Smelling good. Okay, that's good. So we take the meat that we browned off earlier. Gonna pop that in there. Get this dish out of the way. Get this all mixed up together now. Get the we're launching onion away. I want to retain all of the food inside the saucepan, if possible. I'm going to take a little bit of wine here. Pop that in. We're going to let that simmer and reduce down a little bit. Your Steam library has categories phase on the right away, waiting, finished, categorized. I literally just have favorites and everything else. I think my favorites are just Apex, CSGO, TF2, DBD. Just so I have them on hand for when I want to play multiplayer with people. Okay, now we're going to add tomato passata. Decent amount there. I'm also going to, if I can find it, oh, don't tell me. Okay, there we go. Some basil. Decent amount of basil going in there. I'm going to stir this up now. See, it's getting tomatoey. Okay, we need to reserve a little bit of the tomato passata from this. I'm going to turn the heat down now, because we just want this on a simmer. I'm going to season a little salt and pepper, and yeah. It smells really good. Already smelling good. Now this is where we put in some Worcestershire sauce. Something I think goes quite well in as like a secret ingredient in bologneses or any kind of ragu, really, lasagnas and stuff like that. We're gonna let this simmer for a little bit. Okay. Now the big thing is going to be getting the lasagna sheets at the right consistency for me to roll them. It's going to be a little bit more complicated than I planned. Hello.
Hello, it smells absolutely divine.
Thank you. I only just started. It's basically just... Hi, I'm back. Ba-da-bum-bum. So now I need to do a white sauce. Which... I say this every single time, so if anyone like has watched every cooking stream and remembers what I say, or anyone watches my VODs years in the future, it's like, this guy says the same thing every time. White sauce always makes me nervous. Always makes me nervous still. Even like the fact that I've done them a billion times now. Just the very concept of it makes me nervous. But we'll see how it goes. So what we're going to do is going to get some butter. And we're going to pop it into our other saucepan, which we're going to heat up. So the only difference, this white sauce is basically the same as if we were doing it for a lasagna, if we were doing it for a frickin' macaroni cheese, like exactly the same. Butter, flour, whisk in milk, bit by bit, until it gets to that nice, into that nice kind of consistency. And then the only difference here is that we're going to be adding some different bits and pieces. So once we've taken, like once we've made a white sauce, we're going to be like folding in some soft cheese with some like seasoning and herbs. And that is going to be like a sauce that we are going to kind of, yeah, like add on top of the cannelloni, which is what's made me say it feels like a lasagna, because it's essentially, you got the meat ragu with the white sauce and pasta, you know? So, we'll see. I'm just going to get... going to put the kettle on. Going to get some water because I need to do some lasagna sheets. This is the bit that I'm worried about. Hi, Trunks. We're just doing some cooking today, my man. Just doing some cooking. We enjoying. I mean, look, this is all techniques and things I've done before, but in terms of the actual dish, it's relatively new to me. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try and juggle. This is just simmering. We don't have to worry too much about it. I've got some butter over here melting for our white sauce. And I've also dropped in the camera. There we go. Also got a bowl over here. I'm going to put some lasagna sheets in with boiling water. And I leave them in there for like a minute to a minute and a half. Just so that they're soft. And the only reason we're doing that is so that we can manipulate them into like a tube shape. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take this meat sauce, right? We're going to put it onto the lasagna sheets and roll them so we end up with tubes of pasta filled with meat. Then we're going to put that into an oven dish, okay? And then we're going to pour the white sauce that we're making now on top of that. A bit of parmesan on top too. And then into the oven for like 40 minutes or so. So yeah, it's we still got a bit of stuff to do here, and a little bit of waiting. So hopefully you guys can deal with the fact that I'm just going to be nattering for like half an hour plus. But yeah, I'll see. This smells really nice, by the way. I'm going to turn the heat right down because I feel like it's actually at a really good consistency right now. But I do want some more steam to come off. We just want it to thicken up a little bit more. We do not want it to be super juicy. Obviously, we want it to have a little bit of juice. If we have it too juicy, then it's going to be difficult for the... it's going to be difficult to get it sorted in the... ouch. Just burnt myself. It's going to be difficult to manipulate with the lasagna sheets, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I have no idea how many lasagna sheets I'm going to need. So this is going to be complete guesswork on my part. I'm just going to put a bunch in. What time is it? 19. Okay, that's good. So essentially what we want to do with these lasagna sheets is cook them a little bit. Cook them a little bit. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't need more than 5 to make lasagna. So I'm just going to put that in there. I'm going to give them like a minute or so. If they get too soft, then it's GG, because we don't have any more sheets. And I'll just have to do, I don't know, fucking lasagna or something. Okay, so the butter is melted. I'm going to add in some flour to our butter. And then I'm going to whisk it. And what that does is makes a kind of, you see this? We kind of want it to be a little bit drier. So if it's looking like that, that's actually too much butter to flour ratio. So we add a little bit more flour to that. Once we whisk it and it starts to get to a bit of a dry consistency, like this, you can see it's kind of like a bit crumbly and stuff. That's the consistency we want. And that is when we start adding in milk to kind of bring it out. So I'm going to put some milk in, and then I'm going to whisk it. And essentially, we want it to like incorporate everything that we put in there. So the flour, the butter, and then it will start off really, really watery, and then it will get really thick because the amount of flour in there. Okay, and so what you want to do is once it starts getting thick, add some more milk. You don't want to add in a shit ton of milk. Excuse my language. Straight away, because that will bring the temperature down, and that will like, it will just flood it, and it just won't be good. So you put a bit of milk in, you whisk. Once it starts to get really, really thick, you add some more milk. Oh shit, my pasta sheets. Have they been in there long enough? Yep. Oh, I need like a fork or something. Oh, I'm tripping over cables. I don't know. We'll find out if that's okay later. That's the one thing you don't want to do with a white sauce is just leave it, because then it will either burn or ruin, spoil. So we keep doing this until we get to a point where we whisk it, it's like a nice like thickish sauce, but it doesn't have any like lumps in it. If it's got lumps in it, that means it's still too dry. And you want to add a little bit more. I'm just going to give this a stir here. This meat is like at a really good consistency right now, so I'm really happy with that. We put the right amount of passata in there. I did hear that TF2 hit 250k, yeah. The pessimistic side of me is like, I wonder how many of those are just bots. But also, it's nice, it's clear that there's a lot of people who are excited to play some new stuff. It kind of shows that there's a lot of people who love the game and want to try out new things. Okay, I think I've made a pretty good sauce here. If you take a look, when you give it, you can see the lines in it. It's quite thick, but it's not like mega thick. So it's pretty good. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to turn the heat off. And I'm going to try and move it off the heat. We don't want it to, if you leave it on the heat, then it will just dry out. I didn't say there was going to be 150k bots. Alright, I need to wait now, and I'm going to move you guys over here. I'm going to try. This is where things can go either great or bad. Okay, so we have our lasagna sheets that have been cooked a little bit, tiniest amount. We've cooked them the tiniest amount just so that we can manipulate them. Manipulation. Now what we're going to try and do, very carefully of course, is put some meat here and then roll it up. So we end up with these things in tubes filled with meat. We'll see how it goes. I just don't have the space. I'm going to have to put you over here. Put you up against there. Put you here. Okay. So we have our oven dish over here. This is where things are going to go. Let's try this, shall we? I have no idea how much filling we're going to need per like cannelloni. I'm thinking this may be too much, and I'm already thinking there's going to be way too much meat left over. Let's try it, shall we? That seems like a thick boy, but it seems okay, I think. Lift it up and put it there. I think that's okay. And we can live with that. Just going to have a bunch of meat left over, I think. So maybe we go for like thick tubes. Oh shit, you know what we forgot? We want to put some of the tomato passata on the bottom. So that tomato passata that we left earlier on is, we're drizzling that in the bottom of the oven dish. If I just use this to lift this up, scoop some underneath. This tube has now been ruined. I hate everything. Okay. Tomato everywhere. I think we can fit 3 tubes. And then maybe some in a different angle. Don't know how many things we have, how much pasta we have. There's still some water in there, and I'm trying not to burn myself. Oh, they're sticking together. Don't do this. So it would be a lot easier if you had fresh pasta, obviously, but who has time to make their own pasta? Who wants to buy fresh pasta? What do I look like? Mark Zuckerberg? Exactly. So, get some meat, put it here, attempt to roll, because this is awful. Hands burning. I think it's only going to be enough for 6, so I've done too many thingies. It's basically like Italian enchiladas. Hopefully there's no one Italian in chat, because I might get sacrificed for that, but it's basically Italian enchiladas. Just saying. Okay. Unless I do like another dish. That's a good idea though. Just a fucking... End up eating cannelloni for the rest of my fucking life. They're all stuck together now. Okay. How many do I have in here? 1, 2, 3. Could do another 3, but I don't have the space for it. Tube lasagna rolls. It's cannelloni. But because I couldn't find dried cannelloni tubes, I am doing the next best thing and using lasagna sheets to do like homemade ones, you know? Do you remember when I did that lasagna soup? That was ages ago. It was interesting. I don't think I can actually make any more. Unless I do that. I could probably fit them on the side. Maybe like a cheeky one. We'll see. Okay, I tried to use a fork to lift this one up, as you guys can see, and it still makes the stuff fall out. If I do it this way. I think that's the best I can do. So I've got 2 lasagna sheets. Anyone want to eat them? Nom nom nom. It's Pac-Man. What? Okay, well that's a mess. I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're going to have time to watch that, because now comes the next part, the next stage. So this is what it looks like. This is our cannelloni. So like I said, we've got the tomato passata in the base, and all of that meat inside the cannelloni tubes, which were made from lasagna sheets. Now we have our white sauce over here. What I need to do is add in some soft cheese. Some like garlic and herb soft cheese. So like I said, it's a white sauce, but with a bit of a twist. So we need about that much. I'm also going to throw in some basil into there. Excuse me, sorry. Must not be pleasant to listen to. We whisk that together. And then we end up with a white sauce looking like that. And now we're supposed to pour this. I think that's hilarious that they use the word pour, because I can't see how I'm pouring this. I don't think this will pour. It's like fucking solid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a spoon. And now I have to put this sauce. Oh, it does kind of pour. Try and spread it evenly. Okay, I'll take it back. It does pour. Just needs a little bit of guidance. Okay, so now we have this white sauce covering the pasta. So it's going to get like, it's going to be moistened from the potato, the tomato underneath. And then this cheesy sauce on the top, cheesy white sauce. And then we're going to get some Parmesan to add to the cheese. Add to that cheesiness. Which, I'm saying it again, it's kind of like how you do it with a lasagna. Where's the opening of this one? They changed this? Packaging reduced by 31%. So it doesn't have the reseal anymore? Well, that's just wonderful, isn't it? So we're just going to put Parmesan on the top. Oh, that's a lump. A lump. Okay, I think that's cheesy. Shit. The lump got out. Okay, so there we go. Now it's ready for the oven. So we got the oven at 180, and we're going to pop it in there. And it says it takes about 45 minutes. So, yeah. We might be here a while, gang. I'm sorry. Hopefully we can keep each other entertained. We're a little chatting. I do need to do some cleaning up, though. So we have some ragu left here. Some meat sauce. I'm just going to put that in a bowl. I think. Just put that on some pasta at some point. Or even just eat it. I mean, it's just meat and veg. Tastes nice. There we go, we'll leave that to sort of steam off. Let me just clean all of this up, because then you won't really have much to do afterwards. Oh, I was going to say, did anyone make a note of the time? No, I'm the one cooking. So about 25 to, okay. I'm not just saying this for rushing sake, but I do believe that our oven does cook things fairly quickly at times. So it could be possible that it will be done quicker than the mentioned time. I always find the times that people give me on recipes don't always need quite that amount. So what I'll do is I'll check after about half an hour. And if it looks to me like it's good, then we may take it out. If I feel like, oh no, that still needs a bit more time, then we'll leave it in for the recommended 40, leave it in for the extra 10. We'll make a judgment call at that time. Right? We don't need to be hardcore on the specifics of how much extra time until we actually see what the quality is. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it would have been a lot easier if we actually had the cannelloni tubes. Fortunately, no supermarket. I went to 2 different supermarkets to find them today, and neither had them. Even asked while I was there, I was like, hey, you got them cannelloni tubes? And they were like, what? Tubes? Do you mean tubes? But no, neither place had them. And one of them was like, oh, you could like just, you know, make them with fresh pasta. And I'm like, oh, thanks, yeah, I'll just fucking farm the eggs myself as well, shall I? But yeah, so that's what I've done. It would have been easier to manipulate like fresh lasagna sheets, but I knew I had some, you know, dried lasagna sheets here. And I think what I've done there is okay. They had about 2 minutes in the boiling water. So I think overall that was a decent amount of time. Like, they were still a little bit firm. I thought, oh no, I've done too much. But to be honest, if I'd only left them in there for 1 minute, I don't think it would have been enough. So definitely 2 minutes, maybe even a little bit more. But I wouldn't risk doing more if I was to do it again. 2 minutes seemed good enough because, yeah, it was easy enough to manipulate, you know. That's what you want. You want it like, you don't want it so soft that it's falling apart. You want it soft enough that we could put the meat in there. But overall, would I prefer this to just doing a lasagna? I don't know, actually. I think lasagna is a classic, right? But yeah. Lasagna is a classic. And I think it requires definitely less effort because you don't have to make those tubes up, do you? Hi, Cora. One of your favourite foods. Damn, here I am slating it, saying it's more effort than it's worth. Honestly, I'm excited to taste the white sauce on top of the pasta. Excited to see how that turns out. Because it's definitely different to what I've used in like lasagnas and stuff like that. Just slopped water over the floor. Here I am trying to tidy up. And I'm making more mess. Yeah, I never really had cannelloni. And now I know why, because you can't freaking buy the tubes, you have to make them yourself. But yeah, no, I always like to try to do something different. Try out things I've not done before. And here we are. Sweating over it, guys. It's alright, we've done the washing up now. So now pretty much all we're doing is waiting for the cannelloni. I also made a cheesecake today. Does anyone want to see it? Will not be able to take it out of its tin just yet, but I don't even know if anyone's watching right now, to be honest. Gonna get this hopper clean. I say clean, get about wipe down. It was definitely a bigger construction than my previous cheesecake, so I hope it doesn't fall apart. I found the wet patch. Right, hang on, my foot is now wet. Grab some kitchen towel. I will dry my foot. Okay. There it is. Rude? How's it rude? I can't see anybody. If no one's saying anything, I can't tell because I'm only watching OBS. How am I supposed to know? Is that still warm? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to cling film it and put it in the fridge now. There we go. Put that in there. Okay, actually cleaned up. You say you're watching, and you're literally in my Discord streaming yourself, and you call me rude. Anyway. Doesn't say for me to put foil on, so I'll wait until the top is golden brown. And then we'll be good. I'm really sweaty right now. It's a pretty mild day until I started doing this. Now I'm sweating balls. Okay, I'm gonna dry these dishes while I'm not doing anything. My concern with the thing, I mean, I'm sure the recipe is knows what it's talking about, but I'm just trying to wonder, like, that much like soft cheese with the white sauce, like, what's that gonna taste like? Because in a lasagna, it's like, okay, you've got the layers, and the white sauce is pretty much just like a part of the layers, right? It's not an integral part. You got the layers with the meat and everything like that, which I suppose we do have going on here. However, it's all on the top, so I'm interested, excited. Do a flip. Front or back? What's your preferred flip rotation? Back. Alright, give me a sec. Huh. There we go. Did you catch it? You see it? Oh, was it just off camera? That's so unlucky. It's unfortunate. Okay, that's all done. Only washing up we'll have now is the dish that cannelloni is in. Every time he nails it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's all in the knees, you know? Hi, Resnick. Get another dish out. So that we are ready. And now we just gotta wait. What do you have with cannelloni? Guess you'd have like garlic bread or something. You say I was unboxing as if that's like a valid reason. Like, oh yeah, CeeJaey streaming. I'm gonna go into his Discord and then stream myself. I'm gonna do that next time you're streaming. Next time you're streaming on Twitch, I'm gonna go into your Discord, do a little private stream for everyone. What goes with cannelloni? Can't even spell cannelloni. Cannelloni. Garlic bread. Oh, there we go. Italian breadsticks. Why am I so sweaty? Oh my gosh. Oh. I might actually go to the bathroom and get some cold water on my face because I am unironically not very comfortable right now. I'll be right back, guys. The music stopped. I'm back. To be honest, coming out of the bathroom and smelling the scent. Actually smells pretty good. It smells pretty good. So, we'll see how it turns out, I guess. You had your last final exam before the summer break. Nice. I hope it went well. Enjoy your freedom for the summer. Hopefully you have plans. Lots of shenanigans to get up to. Or you're just going to chill. Well, hopefully you did well enough. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Do you want to see the thing that my parents got me for my birthday? Curry chips, chip seasoning. That's right. This was their gift. Also got one of these. Sweet tomato and chili chip seasoning. Wait, you think I'm done? There's more. Chinese salt and chili pepper chip seasoning. So, I'm going to be seasoning chips for days. Seasoning chips. Chips and chips and chips. I mean, it's not so much a sauce, is it? It's seasoning, so it's the kind of stuff you would put on chips or wedges or whatever before putting them in an air fryer or an oven. I do like garlic sauce though. Garlic sauce, garlic mayo. This hobs are feeling a bit cooler, so that's good. Yeah, gosh, I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. I'm just feel like I'm steady like a lemon. Just waiting. You got a letter today from your, I can't read that, college congratulating you on your graduation. Nice, congratulations. Why the face? Did you not graduate? Oh, so why did they send you a letter? I had that at my university once. Yo, raid! Mario in a top hat. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Huge raid. Massive. You guys have got... Oh, gosh, if you guys have got 5-10 minutes, I'm going to be busting out the cannelloni. It's nearly ready. Thank you very much, Mario. I hope you had a good stream. Yeah, I had an issue with my university when I was when I was there, it was my second year, and they basically were threatened to kick me out because they said that I hadn't like filled in the proper forms. Mind you, I smashed my first year of uni, so I was sitting on like an average of like 93, 94% or something dumb like that. And then they were like, "You're going to be removed," and I was like, "Why? Like, give me a reason." And they're like, "You didn't update your forms," and it's like, I literally get a student loan. I literally, like, everything's the same. They were like, "You didn't tick this part of Form 1217A." And I was like, huh? I have to, like, go in and, like, give them a bunch of stuff to be like, "Hey, no, please let me stay." Oh, damn, so it's not even really a summer break. It's more of, like, a study break. That sucks. Dude, when I was at uni, like, we'd start in October. You'd get like a month off or so for Christmas, a month or so off for Easter maybe, and then you'd have summer off. And you'd finish at the end of May, like exams finished at the end of May. So from June the 1st, essentially, maybe earlier if you were lucky with your exam spread, from June until the following October, it was free. The only time I ever had to do like work in that time was in between my second and third years. I had to do some prep in like getting ready for my dissertation. But other than that, like, yeah, I never had to study like hard during that time. That seems a bit unfair for you to have like, a year of stuff and then be like, enjoy your break. By the way, study. You can do them in winter if you want. Yeah, I mean, I remember doing practice exams in like January. And then there, like, once I got, like, so my first year of uni didn't count towards anything. You just had to pass everything. However, you generally wanted to get a good score because they based the scores on when people were trying to go for dissertations and people were applying for placements, they would give preference to the people who got the best scores, and obviously it would look good for the recruiters and the professors who were offering dissertations and placement places. So, I mean, I did what I did at uni, I went out a lot and stuff like that, but I always tried to bring it home for, coursework and exams and stuff. So I had like really good marks. So I got a good placement and I got a good, like, I got the dissertation like project that I wanted. But it wasn't until the second year that was where that counted towards 25% of your overall grade, and then in your third year that counted for 75%. So yeah. So during like second and third year, there may have been like exams here and there that they'd just be like, there's an exam for this particular module at this particular time, and it will count for 1% of this module, which counts for 17% of this sector, and it's like, okay. Yeah, no, that's a smart choice. You don't really want to like leave it so that everything starts piling up. Generally, you want to get stuff done and out of the way. You want to get stuff done and out of the way, and then be able to focus on the new things. That's what I always try to do. Sent an email and they didn't respond. You should chase them up. Send them a second email, a strongly worded email, and be like, hey, per my last email, That's like strong email speak, by the way. I don't think any uni has unlimited resets on exams. Unless you count like American universities. At least from movies I've watched where they're like, yo, I'm in my like 7th year of my first year. It's like, what? At my uni, like, if you failed an exam, you had a chance to retake. If you failed the retake, you had to do the entire course again. So that entire module again, which took another year. And obviously most people didn't want to do that. But it just meant you didn't get the credits for that module. And if you were doing a specific degree, like for biomed, you needed specific modules. Some modules you could be flexible with and be like I didn't want to do microbiology because I just didn't enjoy it. But there were some things that were core, and if you didn't pass them, then you had to pass them. And basically, if you failed the reset and you had to take the entire module again, so that's another year that you'd have to stay there. And if you failed that year, then you were basically not allowed to take that module anymore. And it basically meant that you would have to do a different degree. So there's a few people on my course. On my course is a very vague term. There's a lot of people doing various degrees, but I had a lot of people who were wanting to do biomed and ended up failing some of the modules. So they ended up with a degree that was like biological sciences or something else. So it's been about half an hour now. And as per my word, I'm going to check. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking golden brown on the top. It actually looks really, really good. It's not like bubbling over, though. I feel like it should be bubbling over. Oh, actually, maybe we don't want it to bubble over. Tell you what, I'm going to give it a few more minutes. And then we'll take it out to cool. Oh, right, yeah, that's a little bit complicated. I would just email them constantly until they give you an answer. Like, if they don't get back to you, you'd be like, this is, like, important for my life. Answer me. Going to bed isn't an option. Right, what are we thinking? I'm thinking the spatula. It's me doing it to you, chat. You're getting spatulaed. Ugh. Just one more night. What is it, that meme where it's like, just gotta get through this week. Just gotta get through this week. Just gotta get through this week. Yeah. Honestly, it's crazy how actually accurate that is. Isn't that bad if you switch degrees? I mean, it is if you have a plan on a career. It ain't that bad, don't worry. Yeah, but you're going to university in Germany, right? Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but tuition fees either don't exist or aren't very much. Maybe not if you're an overseas student, but I know that a lot of countries that have education that is either free or at a very low cost, then you basically have to prove that you want to be there. My friend who went to university in Denmark, if he did not pass his exams, he would be kicked off the course. Not even like a retake. Like literally, he would go if you went there and you failed certain like entrance exams, you would be like, okay, you can't do this course, get out. And if you failed like stuff in the first year, you were deemed not good enough. Like the second chances were very, very slim, which I think is harsh, but at the same time, like it stops people from just turning up to uni and taking the piss. So yeah, there you go. Like you're not paying, so it's like you have to prove that you mean business. Whereas in this country, it's like 10 grand a year to go to university. So the universities are like, well, you know what? If you really want to try, for a second time, go for it. So they're a little bit more lenient in that respect, I guess, because there's a lot of spaces because people have to pay for them. But when it's in a country where it's like you can go to university straight out of school, you don't have to worry about it, then yeah, you got to kind of prove that you mean business and you're not just there to go out partying all the time or take the piss. Which, yeah, I mean, it makes sense because otherwise, what's the point in having a highly socialized government that subsidizes young people going into an education if they're not going to actually get an education? I think it's a system that, it's, makes you choose, makes you prove that you actually want to do the course that you want to do. At the same time, I still do think it's ridiculous that, the world as it is at the moment means you have to sort of decide the future, your future, by the time you're like fucking 16, 17. Dark Souls can suck your dick? Damn. Dark Souls has come a long way since the last time I played it. Can't prove your business and you're not abusing it to go out. You gotta pick one or the other, man. Come on. Right, what time are we looking at? I think we're good. So I'm gonna get this bad boy out. We're gonna leave it to cool a little bit, just so that cheese on top isn't gonna be molten. If we try and like serve it while the cheese is still essentially molten liquid. Oh, this looks grand. Look at that. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, if we try and like cut it now, the cheese is just going to go. It's going to be like trying to chop up a slice of soup. Holy shit! It's like a moving. It's like it's alive. It's like throbbing. It's like a volcano ready to erupt. It smells really nice. Got some good herbs going in there and everything. The issue is knowing where the tubes are, because now they're underneath all that sauce. It's going to be hard to know where the actual line is. You don't like how your future gets decided by an exam? I mean, there's a lot of arguments on both sides. Like they say, judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, and it will spend its entire life thinking it's stupid. People are all good at different things, and people are, there are artistic people. There are people who are good at vocalizing and orally putting across what they mean. You have people who are good at writing and putting things down in words. You have people who are good at reciting things from memory. Lots of different things. I think when it comes to a lot of things, there's a lot of different ways that they test you at university. You have like, coursework, you have papers that you have to write, you have oral exams, you have practical exams, you have, all sorts of different things. But I mean, if it's like a doctor, you're going to want to have a doctor who's able to know that stuff, know the medical jargon in their head at the time when there's an actual thing going on, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I do agree that there are people who are very smart and maybe don't cope well with pressure, or maybe don't have fantastic memories and, aren't able to study as well for exams as others. But at the same time, like, there has to be a sort of standard if you're setting a baseline for everybody, right? Where's my glove? Where's my glove? Can I get a knife? I'm gonna try and gauge. I think it's there. I hope Cloudy's hungry. I mean, there's no sides with this, right? So. Have I given it enough time? Is my question I'm asking myself now. I think so. I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to try and go quick and hook it out in one swoop. Okay, well you can't see the tubes, but it looks kind of cool. The tubes. Oh, this one went a little bit more. A little bit more haywire. There is a single tube left. You can't really see the tubes. Just looks like, again, it just looks like lasagna. Hello. We are ready-ish. Thank you.
How did the cannelloni rolling go?
It wasn't too bad, actually. I made too many lasagna sheets, but I know how many fit now, so I'm like... Can't see the tubes. My perfect rolling. Yeah, so there's like 3 tubes each, essentially. Alright, gang, there we go. Cannelloni, beef cannelloni. Thank you for watching. And I'll be back for some gaming tomorrow. We play Elden Ring tomorrow. Bye.